All right, is everybody ready? We're going to open up the brief statement on coach, and we'll take some questions after that.
Really appreciate you guys coming out. Obviously, coming off a really tough loss, and really proud of the resiliency of this group. You know, I thought yesterday I knew coming back that we were going to be a little gassed. It was a pretty physical game in Virginia, and but I love their ability to recalibrate and refocus. And you know, we talk a lot about trying to lead the country in weekly improvements and trying to learn from those opportunities. And I thought we really did some nice things defensively in regards to our rotations and putting fires out. And that was honestly a really, really big point of emphasis for us. That's, to me, where we've just got to continue to grow and get better. And I thought they had a heightened sense of awareness, and were really intentional about better coverages and spacing and rotations on the defensive end. Thought it was really important that we got some fresh legs out there tonight. I thought a lot of players did a lot of really good things. I thought we played really unselfish, moved the ball well, did a good job taking care of the ball outside of maybe the first couple minutes, and just a good team win.
Robin, you touched on it a little bit, but maybe the mindset of your players coming off of those couple of losses, you know, to see what they do that earlier in the season. What did you like specifically about their mindset coming into the past couple of days here?
Yeah, you know, I think we're all in this space of understanding it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you know, just really having laser-like focus and really trying to learn. Like I said, trying to lead the country and weekly improvements, and not getting too wrapped up in outcomes. Although human nature is, when you put a lot of time and effort into your craft, you know, it's hard. But not to get too attached to the outcome and really focus on the process, and really trying to just get better in all areas. So I think that locker room, they've got some great leaders in there, and I think just great maturity in that locker room, and their ability to keep, you know, just first things first, and keep the main thing, and that's every day we want to get a little bit better.
How did it feel getting your first college start?
It felt really good. I was definitely a little nervous coming out just after the game, but just out there, we're all having fun, and it's nice. I have my best friends are on my side, so it was really fun to be out there.
You and all your sisters scored today. What was that like?
Yeah, that was really nice, just being able to support each other through that, and just knowing that we all did that, so that was good.
Coach, you talked a lot over the past couple of weeks about defensive communication and about how your team needed to be a little more direct with their defensive communication. How would you evaluate your team's performance in that regard tonight?
So much better. Again, is there room for growth? Absolutely, but so much better. I mean, you could hear them talking. You know, when we talk a lot about giving a loud command and then the execution, and there's no in between. And so, to me, that's something that you've got to be really intentional about spending time on in practice, so it becomes more habit forming. And so it's the daily disciplines of creating better habits, and that's what we've really tried to focus on, honestly, over the last couple weeks, knowing that that was a area of weakness for us. I think we've done a much better job with our transition defense than when we started at the beginning of the month of November to where we're at today, and now we're just going to continue to hone in on that half-court defensive rotation and pressure and communication.
Robin, obviously we see Angie out there with the sling after she got injured against Virginia. Do you know how long she might miss, or is it?
Hard to tell day to day. We're still waiting for some results back from the doctors. So really unfortunate. You know, she was playing really well at Virginia. That was we could have really used her in that second half. And I loved just the energy that she was playing with. She was playing with some just bounce and tenacity and grittiness, and you know, she actually injured it getting on the floor for a loose ball, and you know, I didn't feel like she had been playing at that level, and we had some tough conversations the couple days leading up to that, and again, great maturity on her part to be able to embrace that, receive it, have a little self-reflection, and then make the adjustment. And She golly, that one hurt us for sure, but hopefully she'll, you know, she's nothing too serious and she'll be back before long.
Hannah, I noticed you're kind of always one of the more vocal and energetic players celebrating your teammates' success. Have you always kind of been that type of teammate?
Yeah, I'd say so. Just trying to pour into others around me and try and make them as best they can be with my energy.
Ashton, you had a little bit of a rough start to start the game, a couple quick turnovers, but you're able to kind of settle in. What was going right on that end?
Could you repeat
So
that?
how were you able to settle into a role and kind of really get better as the game went along?
Yeah, I think just getting to reflect after Coach P gave me a breather and just think back and just kind of settle in. I think maybe trying to force stuff a little too much, so just letting the game come to me, use my teammates, and just get in the flow of the offense.
Robin, when you're able to kind of get some of that young talent out there, you know, near the end of the game, what did you like that you maybe saw from some players that managed to get out there and get some minutes today?
Yeah, well, I thought Hannah had some really good minutes for us. But even going deeper into that rotation, some players that maybe hadn't seen some minutes, I thought Hilke really had some nice minutes for us. You know, she's still, there's a learning curve for her, and we just need to get her more reps because she's got a really, really good feel for the game. You can see that, you know, she just can play really well in space. She has a good understanding and feel. So really trying to get her more minutes. I think she does a lot of really good things, and got to somehow find a way to keep throwing her out there, you know, even if it's in smaller spans throughout the course of games, because I think she can really help us as she becomes more seasoned.
Coach, we talk a lot about that young talent. Haley Frank just continues to be consistent. 18 points, 9 rebounds, only missed 2 shots. What's it like to have that consistent rock who's going to be great day in, day out?
Yeah, you know, I was just saying before the game, I was really impressed with her focus. I felt like she was, you know, going into this game, which could be a trap game, you know, you're kind of in your feelings and in your, you know, own head a little bit and disappointed and frustrated. But again, give a ton of credit to these ladies. I mean, their ability to recalibrate, and they know the importance of not getting attached to outcomes, good or bad, but just to really be present, be where our feet are. And it just felt like Frankie coming in, very focused. But at the same time, present with her teammates. She just kind of carries herself that way, you know, and I mean, every coach would love to have a Haley Frank on their team. She does. She works so hard, and I think a really good teammate. And you know, she's put in a lot of time, like all of these young ladies have. But you know, I think we get spoiled with her because you know, she's been so consistent over the years, and you know, just a great appreciation for how she shows up every day for all of us.
Ashton, we talked about it a little bit before the season started, but, you know, to have that kind of rock like Haley to learn from, you know, now in your second year, you know, what is that like for you guys and your teammates, you know, the younger people on the team too?
Yeah, I mean, I think her presence and leadership just shows on the court, but I don't think people see like what goes into practices and just outside of the locker room and off the court. She's just such a great teammate and such a great person on top of that, and the relationship that she's been able to build with just everybody on the team has been really awesome to see, and just her personality that shows.
You were able to take a couple big charges during the game. Were those kind of been a nod to Haley?
Yeah, I'm just learning from her, trying to help her out in that aspect of things.
Coach, how would you evaluate Abby's growth as a scorer this far? She scored, I believe, 13 tonight. How would you evaluate your growth?
Abby Schreck?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, she shoots it at a really high level, high percentage. She's really consistent in practice, you know, just like all of these girls, they get in a lot outside of what's required. And, you know, I think she really takes pride in it. She's got a beautiful shot. You know, I think sometimes she's a little bit too unselfish. And, you know, I think we all feel really confident when she gets an opportunity for catch and shoot threes. I mean, she's shooting, I think, in practice, probably in the upper 40s, maybe low 50s. And, you know, I think, but what a great teammate, because she doesn't force the action, and she's just like next play, and wants to do whatever she can do to help our team succeed.
Ashton, when you were a player like that last year, had to find your shot at the college level, how difficult is that for a young player to find that shot this early?
Honestly, I didn't find it too hard. I think obviously many people toned in on Frankie and Mama and Troop last year, and a lot of our vets that we had. So I just got to my spot and relied on people like Mama who plays so unselfishly to find me, and just had to worry about knocking down the shot. So very unselfish players. I didn't have to do too much.
Coach, you mentioned it being a marathon, not a sprint, and so looking at where your team is at this point in I guess this leg of the race, how big is it to not only get a win at home, but in blowout fashion to kind of see things working on both ends of the floor, and how can you guys take that moving forward?
Yeah, you know, I'm proud of their ability not to play the scoreboard, but to really try to play to the standard that we wanted to play to. And, I've seen a lot of great things from this group. And again, it's just getting used to playing together. I think we're trying to play more up tempo, so understanding pace, but also attack. But I think we're all well aware that defensively is, our biggest challenge right now. And I love the fact we're not fighting it. I mean, we're embracing it. We're looking in film and saying, okay, I got to get better here. I got to get better there. And they're being really intentional about it. But regardless of that scoreboard, I've said this several times, it's an incredible group. They are such a joy to coach. They set the standard for themselves. It's very player-led. And, I want to support them in any way I can and just continue to, build from where we're at. And I think we've got a chance to do something really special this year. But it's one day at a time. And it's got to be that growth mindset that we can embrace in the good. And we've got to embrace adversity. And that's hard to do sometimes because you just want it like now. But big picture, knowing that we've got a lot of really good pieces offensively. And bottom line is when it comes down to defense, it comes down to grit and heart and toughness and trying to tap into that. I thought I saw that at Virginia. We didn't sustain it for 40 minutes, but we had stretches of it. And I felt like we did a much better job tonight maintaining that throughout the course of the game. And that's what we got to build on. We do that, we're going to put ourselves in a great position.
We'll take one or two more if you guys have it.
Coach, you talk about that adversity. Rebounding has obviously been a struggle for you guys, but you look at this game, 49 rebounds to 26. You outscore them 46-16 in the paint. Just how are you able to control both ends of the floor, especially in the paint area?
Yeah, I mean, a team like this, we've got size advantage, obviously. I thought, I think we did a good job on offensive rebounding. I mean, obviously shot the ball well, so, that limits maybe a few of them. I think there's still another level, though, of pursuing the ball. We've got a couple kids getting back and taking care of transition defense, but I think we can be more relentless pursuing the ball. But plenty of stuff to work on. Yes, growth. Excited about it, but plenty of stuff to still kind of hone in on and work on. I think that's another thing that we've focused on a lot over the last week is rebounding and just the intentionality of either you're going to get hit or you can hit first. Who's going to throw the first punch when it comes to getting a box out? And, just the importance of being assignment correct with that. So definitely seen some improvement in that area, too. I think there's been a lot of growth. Still a long way to go, but a lot of growth, and that's the most important thing.
Robin, have one more?
Robin, when you see Mama fill up the stat sheet but not even scoring a point today, to have a player like that that can facilitate in so many different ways, how important is it for a team like this?
Mama's been a rock star this year. I'm so proud of her, so proud of her. I think she's really finally to the point of feeling comfortable, feeling like her voice, understanding that her voice really matters, how she shows up, the connectivity. It's been huge. And again, none of us are perfect. She'll have a moment here or there, but her ability to recalibrate has been on point this year. And that's the thing. She impacts this game in so many ways that doesn't even show up in that stat line. And for her to not get consumed with the offense is huge because she scores so many points through her ability to create those opportunities for other people. And some of her passes just amaze me. She sees the court really, really well, really, really unselfish. I've seen so much growth in her. Couldn't be more proud of her.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.